So you're looking for an apartment in the Fort Worth area because you're not ready to buy yet. Well, don't worry. I got you covered today. Today we're looking at a brand new community, freshly opened, called Resia North City here in far north Fort Worth. So guys, today we're going to take a look at everything between the 1 and 2 bedroom floor plans, as well as the amenities that they have open currently and the area around it, because it's extremely unique, it's developing, and it's really going to be something here within the next 6 months to a year. So it's definitely something that you want to try and get in on now. And if this is your first time to the channel, guys, my name is Devin with the Fort Worth Blueprint. I help people buy, sell, rent, relocate, do all the things that they need to do to get them here to the Fort Worth area. So if you're looking to move to Fort Worth, but you don't know where to start, or you just want a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance, feel free to reach out to me. My team and I, our contact information is below, and it's also in the description. So guys, again, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this completely new apartment complex, and you'll definitely want to stay to the end to see what is building around it. And without further ado, guys, let's look at Resia North City. All right, guys, so the community is going to have 2 buildings. So building 1 is open now, currently taking residents, and building 2 will be completed November of 2026. And here's just a map of what the community will look like once it's finished. All right, guys, so we're going to jump right into it with the 1 bedroom floor plan. So something about this community is they only have 1 option per floor plan. So the 1 bedroom, the 2 bedroom, and the 3 bedroom are going to just have 1 option. So there's no 1A or 1B option to choose from. So these units are 616 square feet. The lowest price as of today is $1,738, and they do currently have specials. If you want to know what those specials are, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to get you all that information. All the appliances will come with the unit. So you get stainless steel appliances like the refrigerator. Sorry, it doesn't come stocked. You get a lot of cabinet space and even a pantry that I didn't get on the video. You also get a dishwasher and that electric stove, which is really nice. And then the living rooms that you'll see in all of the units are, decent size. They're not anything too crazy, but you can fit, your standard couch in there and still have room for an entertainment center and mount your TV. And then all the first floor units will come with the balcony. And then we'll go into the bedrooms here. Decent sized bedrooms. You can fit a twin bed in there, possibly something a little bit bigger. But that's probably about it. And then once we go into the second part here, which is the closet, you'll notice that the closet is pretty unique. It'll have, space really just on one side. So if you're someone who needs, extra large closet space, this could be a little bit of an issue. But for, most people who are, traveling, or they're kind of minimalist, then this closet will do just fine. And then we go into the bathroom here, which is a pretty decent sized bathroom with the door for your guests to be able to use it. And then last, guys, all of the units will come with a stackable full-size washer and dryer in them. Now we're going to take a look at the 2 bedroom unit. And again, like I mentioned, so there's just going to be one floor plan for the 2 bedroom. It's going to be 871 square feet. And as of this recording, guys, the cheapest rent is going to be $1,985. And so a lot of it that you're going to see here is going to look a little bit similar to the 1 bedroom, right? You're going to get about the same size kitchen, the same stainless steel appliances, the refrigerator, the dishwasher, the electric stove, the cabinetry is all going to look the same. I'll point out some of the differences. That we'll see. We'll see some in some of the bedrooms, but for the most part, it's going to be similar to that 1 bedroom unit. All right, guys, again, so as we go into this 1st bedroom, you'll notice the size is going to be pretty similar to the last unit that we looked at. The biggest difference in this 1st bedroom, you'll notice here in a second, is when we get to the closet. So if you're somebody who maybe you have this unit with a spouse, or you just have a lot of clothes and things, you'll notice that you'll have closet space on both sides in this unit, which is nice. I would have liked to seen this in the 1 bedroom unit, but nonetheless, it is in this 2 bedroom unit. You have the closet space on both sides, which gives you a little bit more room if you are someone who has more clothes. Then again, all the units, they will come with balconies, and this one is actually nice. Some of the units on the 1st floor will actually have a little bit of a yard to it. So if you have a small dog or something, you don't always have to go walk them to let them out, so that they can use the restroom. They can just use it right there. So that is really nice, that I've seen on some of these 1st floor units. Then the 2nd bedroom here, it might be a little bit bigger. Probably not, just because this one doesn't have a full size bed in it. So they might be the same. But as far as the closet goes on this one, you guys will notice that it just has the closet on that one side. So that 1st bedroom had it on both sides, which I would probably consider that the primary bedroom. And then this one will just have the closet on that one side, like we seen in the 1 bedroom unit. And then this bathroom does have a door to the outside. So this would be, the bathroom that guests would use. So it is a little bit bigger. But, just kind of be aware of that with this bedroom. And then again, all the units do come standard with a full size washer and dryer stacked. All right, guys, and then as I mentioned, there were no 3 bedroom units for me to take a look at, but they are 3 bed, 2 baths sitting at 1,038 square feet, and looks like the median price is about 2,565 for these units, and they are available today. All right, guys, hey, real quick, before we go to the rest of the tour, I just want to say again, if you're thinking about moving to the Fort Worth area and you're looking for an apartment, or even if you're looking for a house and you're just looking at this because you think it's cool, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Again, my apartment locating services are 100% free, so you don't have to worry about paying me a single dime for that. That's all covered by the apartment complex, guys. So if you are thinking about coming to the Fort Worth area and you just need a little bit of help, maybe you're out of state, maybe you just don't know the areas, whatever it is, feel free to reach out to me and my team. We got you guys covered. Our contact information is below, and we'll get you guys taken care of. So with that, let's get back to the tour. All right, guys, so now we're going to take a look at the amenities that the community has to offer. So, first, we're going to go to my favorite part of every community, and that's the gym. So, the gym sits right next to the pool. You can see that there's windows that look directly out to the pool. And it's not the biggest gym, but it has quite a bit of equipment. You can see all the cardio equipment there, the treadmills, the stairmasters, the ellipticals, the rower. They even have a Peloton, which is a nice touch. I'm seeing a lot more of these in communities these days. And this right here, this mirror workout, if you guys have never done it, do it. It's a great workout. You can see that they have some machines here, lat pull down, some leg machines, some shoulder press, which is really nice. And then they also have the TRX section where they have their medicine balls, punching bag, a bench, some pull-up areas, some different things you can do there with bands, which is really nice. And then my favorite is this the barbell. So they have a 45-pound barbell, and they also have the 45-pound plates, which is always a good touch. Some places you just see up to 35s. And then they have their dumbbell rack that goes all the way up to 75 with some benches. So a pretty solid gym. Again, not the biggest gym for an apartment, especially when this place is full, but a really nice gym. All right, then we're gonna hop outside to the pool area. So they have this nice lounge area with a kind of a bar setup, TV, some couches, and the swings. So if you want to be out at the pool, but you don't want to be necessarily in the sun, or you just want to come out here and hang out by the pool, you can definitely do that here. Then you have the actual pool itself, and a dog park area with a nice shaded area for the dog. So that's definitely a great plus there. So a nice pool and dog park area. All right, guys, and then the last space that they had available for me to look at was their co-working space. And I will say this was a very nice, clean, thought out design, a great layout, really a great area if you're a student or if you're a remote worker and you want to kind of break up the scenery from being in your apartment or just going to a coffee shop. You can come right down here and you have access to all of this space, a coffee bar, you have a meeting room, and then you also around the corner you have I think they're called study pods, where you can just go in there and you can just have quiet space. Like they have some soundproofing on the walls. So again, if you're a student or if you're somebody who works remotely, this is a really nice space for you to be able to take advantage of. All right, guys, so to see your application fees and all that and fees that are included, go ahead and pause right here so that you can see those. And then you're near a bunch of different things like Target, Alliance Town Center, Costco, Medical City, and a bunch of other retail. So you're right in a prime spot for a lot of different options. All right, and as promised, this is a growing area. So I want to take you around what's called North City so you can see exactly what's being built directly around this complex. So you'll have multifamily living right next door that's being built. And if you're a pickleball fan, you have pickleball USA, which is a pickleball facility that has different, events going on, kind of similar to Chicken and Pickle. They have an indoor bar area where, a bunch of sporting events go on. So it's really nice. You're also next to an Andretti indoor go-karting and gaming. So if you're into go-karts or games, or again, you just want another place to catch a game, you have that right across the parking lot. This is also home to living spaces. So if you need to furnish your apartment, you have somewhere right there that you're able to do it. And then a lot of this you'll see isn't built out yet. So there's a lot of future, developments that are coming in. So like this space right here is going to be future retail. I didn't really get exactly what it was going to be, but I do know, of course, future retail spots. And then there are already some retail and some restaurants that are already in here. There's a nail shop. There's a couple of restaurants in there. There's a Portillo's right there. So you're right next to a lot of different restaurants and retail. And then this space here is going to be huge. So you're going to get a future mixed-use village, is what they call it. I'm reading that it's going to be like a music venue, kind of a concert venue type thing. And then you're going to get a grocery store, which I'm hearing is a Trader Joe's. So that's going to go right there. Then you're also going to get a park that's going to have trails, a dog park, and a bunch of different things for the community in it. All right, guys. So that is Resia North City. A really nice community, again, brand new, 2 phases. So phase 1 is already open. Phase 2, if you can hear the construction in the background, will be open in November, which will bring more units. So overall, I think this is a really nice complex. Again, in a great area. If you work at Medical City across the street, or if you work for Fidelity, which isn't far, or any of the businesses around, you can't go wrong with making this your next home. The apartment units themselves, I think, are extremely nice. The one downside I would say to them is the closets. Now, if you're someone who needs a lot of closet space, then this might be a little bit of an issue for you. But if you can get by with, the closets as they are, then I think this is great value, and I think that, you can do really well here. The pool's a nice area, a little bit of a smaller pool, but I think they do make up for it in the gym. The gym area is, pretty nice, spacious, and I can see, it really being utilized, so you don't have to get a gym membership. Parking seems like it'll be pretty good. You have plenty of street parking, but then you also have the parking that's within the facility itself. And then you also have those carports and the detached garages, which are going to be really nice to have. So, overall, I think it's really nice. And you also have the EV charging ports out front of the leasing office and everything. So that's really good. So again, guys, I think that this is a really nice complex. I think that you'll get a lot of value from it. So again, guys, if you're thinking about moving to the Fort Worth area, if you're looking for a place, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you, give you advice, talk to you about the areas or whatever it is that you might need. And again, my apartment locating services, like for this place here, is 100% free to you. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's 100% free. I get paid by the apartment complex, so you don't have to pay me anything to help you look for a place to live. So guys, that's it for this one. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you think about the complex, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.